That's a New York.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
That's great. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, welcome to a new episode of RockerMike and Rob Presents. And I'd like to present Mr. Tony Valentino.
Hey.
He is the guitar player to the world-famous Standells, one of my favorite bands of the 1960s.
Wow, thank you.
Okay. And anybody who is even in a little bit of the know of rock and roll knows who you are, Mr. Valentino. Okay. Right. So we're going to have a nice conversation tonight because you have some new material we got to talk about that's coming out.
Right.
Okay. I understand that you have a new single coming out on Big Stir Records.
Yeah. I just got signed with Big Stir. That I'm excited after so much.
Right. And now you reworked some old Standell stuff. You're starting with Barracuda, one of the best songs.
Right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That song, so I picked that one. And I just redid the Old Dirty Water, re-recorded the Old Dirty Water album.
Did you record the whole album?
The whole album, except I have two new original songs in this new album. Yeah.
Did you do because there was a couple of covers on there. Did you do Hey Joe again or no?
No, I did not do that.
Okay.
Because it really is like I figure it's better, because of the publishing and the stuff.
Everybody's done that song anyway. Right. So tell me about the two new guys you're working with, Dwayne Waiter and Gary Kaluza.
Oh, great. Gary was just here a few minutes ago.
Oh.
He's a great dude from down under Australia.
Oh, really?
He's a really incredible person. I really love the dude. He's a great friend, and we'll get together all the time. We're Riot. We live pretty close together. And he's a great person. He's on time all the time. Very reliable person. Great player. He sings great. I couldn't ask for more.
Now, he's playing bass for you, right?
Yeah, he plays bass. Yes.
Okay. Wow. And what about Dwayne?
Dwayne, I know Dwayne. I go back with Dwayne years ago, at least 10 years ago, maybe 2009. I met Dwayne in this club one night here in LA, and somebody took me to this club, and this guy comes up to me with the Beatle haircut, looked like one of the Beatles, and when he found out that I was in the club, he went nuts. He come up to me and goes, "Oh,
sure.
I'm a big fan. Oh my God, this and that. I'm a drummer, and I know every Standell song, and he sings that I studied guitar the way he sang." So that was a blessing. So then we were trying to find to start a band in 2009. I can't remember the name, but anyway, we started this band, didn't go nowhere. Then I've been in communication with Dwayne for many years. Then we recorded some stuff and put it away. As a matter of fact, some of the stuff in the album was recorded about 2 years ago. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Some of the
That's
stuff.
amazing. Wow.
We know each other for about 10 years now.
Great.
Great. And he also plays drums and he sings just like Dick Dodd.
Yeah.
And great.
I was wondering if that's how you were doing it. Yeah. So he's actually singing, right?
Exactly like Dick Dodd. Yeah.
Yeah. He sounds like him too. He does.
Yeah. Some moments, sometime I get the kind of.
I heard it.
That deja vu, It's like.
Yeah. I heard it when you guys were nice enough to send me the press release with the downloads.
Oh, cool.
And Barracuda just blew me away, man. I was like, wow, he sounds like Todd.
You did. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
I recorded that in my studio here. Mm-hmm. I'm in West Hills. So
California.
West Studio, I call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
California. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Now, what a lot of people, I think, me personally, I always kind of think of the Standells as almost like an American Rolling Stones. Okay. That's how I always viewed you guys. But a lot of people, they don't realize that you actually go back before that. I mean, you guys technically formed in 1962.
Exactly.
And you went around and you had some singles deals on a couple of different labels, Liberty Records, VJ Records, a couple others. And
what are you on Liberty Records? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, go ahead. I was hoping you would say something.
There's a great story. So when we got signed with Liberty Records, we went in and said to the president's office, and we sat right in front of the desk. He was of course behind the desk, and we were very excited to sign with the VJ Records, right? So at one point he goes, "Hey guys, I want you guys to know that I just let this 4 guys from England go out of the contract, and I'm signed with Standells now."
Yeah.
And then we who the hell these 4 guys out, right? So on the way out, we found out it was the Beatles.
That's amazing.
The Beatles, unbelievable.
They let them go.
He let them go. He told us right there. He said, I just
wow.
Unbelievable. That was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was all over the newspapers everywhere.
Sure. But what I find interesting is in those early years before Dirty Water and all that, you were getting a lot of work on television shows and also things like the Bing Crosby Show, of course the famous Munsters. You were involved with some films. I mean, you're the only guy I ever talked to that's been on the Munsters. That's amazing.
Right.
That's awesome.
That Munster episode, it was incredible. I'm telling you, I had no idea what we were in for. You know, it was like walking to that house, into that house that I've seen on television for years. I was, glued to the TV show all the time. One of my favorite in the 60s. That was the show to watch all the time. So when I walked up and went to Universal Studio and I walked into the house, I couldn't believe it. The stairs, they were right there. And
all dusty and dirty.
The dust and the and all the stuff. And then
that's awesome.
Grandpa and Fred, and Yvonne,
that's awesome.
And everybody was so nice, to us.
Now, whose idea was it to do a Beatles song in that show? Because you did a cover of "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
Well, the thing was that they originally wanted to get the Beatles, so the Beatles turned it down, and so what happened? They were looking for a band to substitute. They needed a band for the show, for that one particular show,
right?
To do. So my manager, they found out, and immediately they called the studio. And they got us the job, and we were in, and we got to do the show, and it was incredible. I mean, with all the extras, all the people, and the way he was moving his head with smoke coming. I mean, it was so awesome, man.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm surprised you guys never did an episode of the Flintstones.
I know that's
right because they were having they had the Beau Brummels on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess there was one chance. They had one band, and the Brummels got it.
That's great. That's great. Now, in those early years, Tony, the band played a lot at a place called PJ's, right?
Oh yes.
In West Hollywood.
Yeah, West
Hollywood. And it was always understood to be kind of an old school jazz kind of place, right? But then they started booking rock acts. Like I know around the time you were playing there, I think Bobby Fuller had played.
Bobby Fuller was playing on off nights, actually.
Okay. And
Monday nights. I still, I got his guitar strap.
No kidding.
Yeah. From Bobby
really?
Fuller. Yep.
Now he was a cool guy, right?
Very nice person.
Yeah.
But they had 2 bands. They had a kind of jazz band in front of when you walked into the club.
Right.
And then in the back room, there was us playing. But before, it was Trini Lopez was there before us.
Wow.
So and he became very famous there. He got huge hit on those. If I Had a Ham, all the songs, he sang. Now he did a live at PJ's.
Is it true, Tony, that you guys had to cut your hair to play that place?
Oh, they kind of wanted us. Yeah. Well, before that, we were at this club called the Peppermint West in Hollywood, on
Right.
which was another famous club where all the movie stars used to go to.
Mhm.
And as a matter of fact, every night there was the lady of the show. Her name was Maruska, and every night she would announce to people, and there's, Rock Hudson over here in the corner, or over here there's, he used to introduce all the Salmini over there.
Wow.
And so we played there for a long time. That's how we got our break. Our manager walked in one night. And he
Right.
goes, I want to sign you guys. You guys are rock stars. I could get you guys a contract. We can make some records. So we were there for quite a while. As a matter of fact, one night, I'll never forget this. Johnny Cash walks in.
Oh,
Unbelievable. Johnny Cash, I'm on stage playing. I'm like, oh my God, Johnny Cash. And then we took a break, and then the owner of the store goes, hey, would you guys mind if Johnny Cash comes up and do a song with you guys?
Oh, wow.
God.
What'd you do? What song?
So we did Walk the Line.
Oh.
So
That's
he went and
fantastic.
its manager got his guitar, and he come up on stage. And I never forget, it says D, Tony, as a dog. I never forget that. He told me to play in D, the key of D, on the guitar.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there was a riot. Then after that, we went to PJ's. And then at PJ's, we started our career by playing there for 6 nights, a long time. From then we went to Vegas. We got a Vegas situation. We went to Central America. We almost got killed.
Really?
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Central America. All people walking around with the, M16s and all.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
What country were you in?
In El Salvador, San Salvador.
Wow.
El Salvador's tough.
Managua, Nicaragua.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's very tough.
We almost got killed. Let me tell you, we played, we did everything. On the way out, we're excited to leave. Oh my God, because it was so hot and humid, and people were sleeping outside. It was like unbelievable. It was like, I'll never forget that.
Was this before 1966?
No, this was this was around 65, 66.
Wow. Who were you on tour with? Were you anybody? Who's by yourself?
The guys wanted to book because we had the long hair, because he asked me about the long hair.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, we want the North Americano Beatles,
Yeah.
I guess this guy came into the club one night and he booked us, He goes, how would you like to go to Central America? Oh man, we had no idea. When we landed, we saw this little strip, this dirt, and I go, "Is this the place we're going?" No. We got off the plane. There was donkeys and people. God. So anyway, and goats and chickens.
What was the crowd like when you played?
The crowd they were sitting there like petrified. They'd never seen anything like it,
Yeah.
Then we are not playing for the El Presidente. We
of course.
I don't know who was the president at the time, Mendoza or one. I can't remember.
Right.
But we had to play for the president, and all the poor people were outside. I remember, begging, and we went like in the garden after. And then when we played, there was all the government, everybody was there. Like, oh my God.
That's amazing.
Then, so we finally did that, and we're going home finally. Oh God, let's get out of here. We're going to get killed, And somebody goes, oh yeah, here for $10, somebody could kill you, So I go, what? Somebody could kill you? People get killed here. You pay them $10 and they go kill them. Unbelievable. So, we got to the airport and we got on the plane and we'll go, oh God, ready, we're going. All of a sudden, the door opens again. There's this guys with machine guns.
Oh my God.
You out,
Yeah.
And they ordered us out of the plane. We couldn't figure out what was going on. They wouldn't tell us. they put us on the wagon again, took us to the
Did
team.
they search you or something?
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what happened. And I thought we was going to get shot right there,
Yeah.
you know. And then after a while, thank God, we found out that while we were there, they formed the union, musicians union,
Yeah.
and they said that we didn't pay $350 for the dues.
Oh,
Wow.
so they were shaking you down. They were shaking.
Yeah. So we had to pay the $350 and get out of. And
That was a shakedown.
Oh, it was
That was a
shakedown.
super
That was
shakedown.
a nervous shakedown for sure.
Wow.
Never
I mean, that kind of stuff happened in those days a lot, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Right.
You know?
So Tony had to give him an envelope.
Oh, yeah. Right. Before we left, yeah, we made a
Yep,
mistake.
yep.
Right.
So that was 1965, you said, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
around 65.
Okay. Because that was the year that you got signed to Capitol with the Standells.
Yeah, and then a little bit later, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And, you know, how did you get connected with Capitol?
Well, our manager was Liberace's manager.
No kidding.
So they had some connections, and I guess somebody from Capitol came in and heard us, and now they heard our, that we were at PJs, that we were in Las Vegas,
Right.
that we were doing, and we were on the Must. Oh, we had to do all this work, Bing Crosby show. So they signed at us.
And who were your famous label mates? The Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles, of course. And dig this: the day that we were signing, Pink Floyd was there.
Oh,
And
wow.
we went up. They took us to the tower. The Capitol Tower.
yeah.
We went up on the roof, and we took so many photos with Pink Floyd.
That was the original Pink Floyd with Sid Barrett.
They had a song out. Mary, watching Emily play.
Emily play.
See Emily
Yeah.
play, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that song.
Oh, it's a beautiful song. We did a show on Sid Barrett a few months back.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, a whole show on him.
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went on Laurel Canyon and we took some more pictures. And I wish that somebody has copies. I never seen those pictures. I'm going to try.
I wonder if they're in a Pink Floyd book somewhere.
I have a friend at Capitol Records. I'm going to ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
She might know how to do this.
Now, when you got signed to Capitol, they set you up with producer Ed Cobb, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, was that a choice of yours or a choice of the label? How'd you get connected with him exactly?
Well, we got connected with him through our manager again,
Mhm.
Seymour Heller. Yeah, because they were doing. He was doing. He was with. He had a band. The Four Preps. He was in the Four Preps.
Four Preps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he started producing and he was writing, and he got involved with Seymour Heller in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were in the office, and then they decided to give them, the producer Ed Cobb to us, and did the whole package, sounds and getting Ed Cobb at the same time.
Now, you started working on the Dirty Water album, I figure probably right away, right?
Dirty Water.
Yeah.
And
we were playing in Seattle, I must tell you this.
oh,
And after we recorded Dirty Water started breaking all over the place. And we had shot the album cover in Seattle because the club wouldn't let us go.
oh, they wouldn't let you leave, so you had to do the album cover there.
Just 6 weeks, So anyway, sorry to interrupt you. You were aware we were doing.
Now, Tony, you came up with the riff, right, at the beginning.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Wow. How'd you think that up?
Yeah, you asked me that we started recording Dirty Water, and I must say, we recorded Dirty Water in this garage. It was on top of this garage.
Oh,
The real garage rock song.
The real garage.
Yes, it was.
So we started recording a bunch of songs, and then Ed Cobb presented the song, and he goes, "Oh, there's a song, like he had a 3-chord change, like a blues stuff, And well, no, I don't know if we should do it. I'm not really too crazy about it. And then we started to kind of trying to record it, but nothing was happening. So then one day I went home and I was messing. I was involved with this other song. I started my career
Right.
with, I must say this, in 1962, 61, 62. I was working at Vendy Camps and I met this guy, bakery. I was baking bread when I came from Italy. I was just here. I didn't speak English. It was incredible. I found a job. My uncle took me to Vendy Camps to make, and it was one of those deals that I was catching, those big belts, like a Lucille Ball.
Like a conveyor belt.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
when I got there the first night, it was like that. All this stuff were coming out, and I couldn't keep up, and it was just like that, like it was Lucille Ball. So
Yeah, like Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Chocolate
I met this
everywhere.
guy named,
Chocolate everywhere.
I thought, yeah. That was, I was so scared. I go, oh no, I gotta get fired, And then the manager comes over and he goes, go to lunch. I go, oh no, my God, he fired me because the name of my little town in Sicily is called Longi. So it's pretty close to lunch. I go, oh no, he fired me. I didn't want to go to lunch, That was so crazy. But anyway, then I met this guy named Jody Rich, and we formed a band called the Starlighters. He was in the oven department. He goes, oh yeah, I play bass, Because my could start a band. So we started a band. We called ourselves the Starlighters, and we got this guy named Lenny Duncan, and we were working some songs. And we started to work this song called "Delayed Action." A couple of chords, things on the guitar with a little riff. So then one night we went to see a football game at John Burrow in high school in Burbank. I'd never seen a hot football game like that. And people were clapping their hands like, so I go to the guys, why don't we let's use the hand, dun, dun, da, da, da,
Yeah.
da, da, da. We went home 2 weeks later, we changed the song from Delayed Action to Let's Go. And we went
Let's
and
go.
recorded the demo for Let's Go. And so I was talking of riff, I was already involved. I know to do riffs,
Yeah.
like da 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And that riff in Dirty Water is so famous.
So I
Yeah.
came up and I was home because I heard from the Stones Satisfaction. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go, maybe I should do something like that, So I started making drone at home, Then I went back the next day and I go, I got something. So I played and they go, oh yeah, great. Let's put that in front of Dirty Water. So we did that, and that's a history. And I had no idea. As a matter of fact, after we recorded, we didn't even like it. They put it in the drawer, one of those deals,
Yeah.
Wow.
And then somebody said, well, let's put it out, and
It took off.
it took off. Yeah.
But that's all you can do. Put it out. See if it hits. It's either going to hit or miss.
I had no idea. And now, up this days, even now, he's more popular than ever. I know people still stop me. I was at Home Depot the other day. He goes, hey, man, are you Tony Valentino over from the Standells? I go, yes. He goes, I'll never forget your face and that Dirty Water. And he goes, this is my son. He's a big fan. He had a 16-year-old son with him. He goes, can we take your picture, please? I go, sure, go ahead. I couldn't believe it. This was a couple of weeks ago. On the Home
Depot. Tony, I told you, people that know rock and roll, you're famous, man.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's true. And a funny thing about that song is I imagine, I know that so many people think that you're originally from Boston because the song is all about Boston. They think you're a Boston band. You're not.
It's all about Boston.
Yeah. A lot of people go, no, we're not from Boston. No, we're not either. What are you talking about,
Yeah. I mean, they played a song at Red Sox games. I know that.
We went there many times.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to play with James Taylor, Donna Summers, at the Fenway Park.
Right.
We went back we went back for this ring ceremony one time. Went many times to Boston, and then we did the Rally Monday in the big piazza in Boston. It was great. I
Yeah.
love Boston. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I like Boston too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love New York too. There's a different something about when we were with the Rolling Stones. We were based in New York.
Yes,
Eight,
I was going to ask you about that.
we stayed on 8 and 48.
8th and 48th.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll never forget that. And
He was in
and
Hell's
I
Kitchen.
love New York. You know, and then
That's-
it's almost like
That's
Italy.
the neighborhood Rob grew up in.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that's why you guys, you know, New York. That is so. It's such a just the atmosphere, the air. You know, it's something.
The city
It's
that
something
never
about New
sleeps.
York. You know,
Yeah.
you get there and you get happy. You know, you get some. Oh no, God, what are we gonna do? It's like going to Las Vegas. You know,
Right.
something like that. Yeah.
So let me ask you about the 66 tour, okay, that you did with the Stones. You did a few gigs. I know you played down in Atlantic City.
Oh sure.
Right. Now, not only it was you, I believe the McCoys,
Yeah, the McCoys.
right? The Syndicate of Sound. That was amazing when I was
Yeah, sometimes it was different bands.
different bands, right?
The Standells and McCoys were the bass, but then sometimes they had the trade winds also. from New
I
York.
remember Trade Winds. Yep.
Yeah. But we played in Atlanta. Yeah, you played. We played with a lot of shows. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like playing with the Stones?
I was like an incredible experience and frightening experience at the same time. We almost died a couple times. I mean, you know, crazy. You know, like
Did you hang out with them?
going out. You know, the funniest thing was we hung out more on the plane every night because we flew from New York to Dallas to the Midwest, everywhere. You know,
Right.
and then we went back to New York every night. So every night on the plane, we used to do all kinds of crazy things. One night, there was a big card game, and so we're playing cards, and then the main guys were Mick Jagger and Keith Richards and Bryant. Um, um, there was a huge amount of money on the table, and and I think it was Keith Richard or Brian Jones. He got pissed off. He got the lighter. He put the cards on a pile, and he started a fire.
On the plane.
So we were scrambling, you know, and then finally the pilot smelled smoke. Comes out and go, you guys are crazy. If you don't stop this shit, you know. Meanwhile, the guy's trying to put up the fire, you know. On the plane, you don't start a
It's
fire.
nuts.
You know.
It's crazy.
He goes, I'm
That's
going to
pretty
leave you
funny.
guys on the desert, whatever. I don't want to die, you know. So that was pretty crazy, but and it was exciting to be able to play with for a lot of people.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, we played at Shea Stadium. We had
Yeah.
100,000 people there. Shea Stadium we played in New York.
I know.
It was incredible. So it was it was great for us to get a lot of more exposure.
Right.
Um, through the world. You know, there's some
Yeah. I mean, the Stones were on top of the world at that point.
We played in Pittsburgh, and we were on the roof of the hotel, and Bill Wyman said, "Oh God," I go, "My hair is so long, you know. I wish I need to get a haircut." I go, "Wait a minute, Bill. I always carry my scissors." Cutting scissors with me because my sister's a hairdresser, my whole family. And I go, I got the scissors and I got the comb and I can cut your hair. So he goes, okay. So on the rooftop of the hotel, I cut Bill Wyman's hair.
Wow.
I wish I had a picture. Somebody took a picture, but I don't know. I can't find it, but I'll never forget that. I took it. And Charlie was really nice also. Charlie
sad about Charlie this year, right?
Yeah, really, very a gentleman, you know.
Yeah.
But it was quite of an experience too. Then we played at the Hollywood Bowl they just started with Springfield. They just formed.
Yeah.
We played there with them and the McCoys who else? But yeah, it was it was them. Buffalo Springfield. Yeah.
Wow. Now, let me ask you: did you have any discussions about technical things with the Stones? In other words, like, did Keith Richards and you talk about guitars? Did you have any tips you gave each other? Anything like that? No.
I can't remember. I think he asked me about my Telecaster because I was playing Telecaster one day. He goes, "What year is that?"
Yeah.
I don't know. It's about maybe two years old. I bought it that in the 662, something like that. And he goes, "Well, I was looking at my Telecaster. Wow, blonde neck. Wow." He goes, "I'd love it, man. It sounds great." I said, "You go, really?" Yeah. He goes, "I'm going to give me one." Yeah,
You always play the Telecaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Wow. Now, the other thing I want to ask is, the first album, Dirty Water, came out in June of '66, but then the second album called "Why Pick on Me?" Sometimes good guys don't wear white.
Right.
That was the second album, came out very quickly in November. Was that part of the strategy? You wanted to put something out right away, or was that really not in your control at all?
Yeah. Then after that, somebody had the brilliant idea in the company to record all those remake all those songs, the hot ones.
Right, that was your covers album.
Yeah,
After that, yeah.
And that, to me, that was a waste of time. I didn't really want to do it. I mean, why should I go record 19 Nervous Breakdown when there's Rolling Stones? They have it right now. What am I competing with the Rolling Stones? I was kind of embarrassed, that they did that. It was a way. Really, why do I record, Wild Thing? So what? It's a, I mean, sometimes people do that, but a little bit after, but we did it at the same time. Those guys,
Yeah, that was common though in the '60s, right? I mean, you had a lot of bands covering each other's stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of but we could have done a different original. That's why we were rushed to do a second album after Dirty Water. That's why we did, the Why Pick on Me,
Yeah. Well, you already had the sometimes good guys don't wear white. That was on Dirty Water, then it was on the second album.
Yeah, it was kind of confusion. They put it all.
Yeah.
Because there was we needed an original, and then some people started sending some originals. I've written some originals. I wrote "Why Did You Hurt Me" on the Dirty Water album, which I just re-recorded again.
Excellent.
But then at the same time, we were working with Ed Cobb to come up with some music, some songs. I remember he played for us. He played for us "Tainted Love." I'll never forget this.
Really?
He sounded like crap. He sounded completely like crap, like almost when he played.
Did he have something to do with the original, the Gloria Jones version?
He wrote it.
That's right. I forgot that.
We tuned it down.
Oh, wow.
Because it sounded so bad. Dirty Water sounds so bad when he played it to us that I go, I don't know. That's why I came up with the riff. Big Dad came up with, I want to tell you a story. The beginning. Big Dad, that was his words.
Yeah.
So, but we turned down Tainted Love, and then he turned out to make billions on that.
He did.
Ed Cobb. Oh my God! And then, so we turned that down. We were looking for material, and we ran out of some songs. So that's why we were putting on this other people's songs in there.
Covers.
Like a minestrone, Really mix everything up.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you about the next album because there was some controversy with it. The album Try It.
Okay.
Try It. Now, it came out in October of '67.
Right.
And, it had you had already worked on the Riot on Sunset Strip. That movie was about to come out. and
right.
you had the song "Great Tune" that's on that album.
I wrote that.
Yeah, I know. And but "Try It" itself was there was a problem with this song because it was deemed they banned it. Okay, it was deemed as too sexually suggestive. What happened there? Tell that story.
Well, what happened is that the song went on the radio, and everybody immediately jumped on it.
Was it a single?
A single, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody started playing it. It was great. Like in LA, became like #1 KRLA. In no time, bam. Like
Wow.
it was cooking like crazy. A lot of stations, New York. All the stations all over the nation. So until this one guy, one idiot that owned a bunch of radio stations in Texas, he goes, no, it's a suggestive. You can't say try it on the air. It's suggestive. You can't. I believe. I go try it. What? I go. I can try some food. What's wrong with that?
Could be anything.
So this guy, his name was Gordon McClendon.
Yeah.
McClendon.
And then we ended up doing a TV show.
I was going to ask you about that because it's very interesting that Art Linkletter, who was a famous TV show host, he did the original Jeopardy in the 70s. He had a show called House Party, and he asked you, the band, and Gordon McClendon to come on and debate this controversy with the song.
Right.
And I have to admit, I've never seen it because I just can't find it anywhere. Okay, to see how it went.
Yeah.
But I understood that you guys kicked his butt in the debate.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely. I told him, I remember there's a freedom of speech.
Right.
What is wrong with you? I go, we try it. Well, I could try some food. Nowadays, dig that. Nowadays, look what they're saying on the.
Forget it. Now you can say anything. Yeah.
They go, it's suggested try. You're telling people to try it. Try what? Some food. Try some candies.
Do you think that hurt the sales of the album?
Oh, absolutely. He killed it.
He killed
the song because, as I was telling you, it was like #1 a lot of radio stations.
Wow.
When it came out,
Yeah.
And a lot of stations they pulled it. They didn't want to play it.
Hey Tony, how did they pay you? Were you getting paychecks? Were you getting paid while you were doing all these albums and doing the tour?
Yeah, you know what they did. Incredible that you asked me this question that I'm finding out now, 50 years later, because I went to Universal Studio.
Yeah.
I want to get my masters back.
Yeah.
We own the masters, the Standells, but they wrote me a letter. They go, oh no, because you guys were signed as like outside workers, when you record, when you go to make a session, like a session
musician.
Unbelievable.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, you were not signed because the company we were signed to a production company. We found out these guys were crooks. They took us for a ride. They took all the money. We had to take them to court. Like amazing. Those days, everybody was getting ripped off left and right. So that's how we got paid. We got paid as musicians.
Wow.
Outside.
But you still have the rights.
Not really. Not really. They claiming that they own it forever. The masters.
Wow.
But what the contract had to say something.
It says that the law is. I found out through new, like via internet places you can look and you can learn. Even before that, the guy from Shanana, that's the guy that started it, to start suing this record company.
Yeah.
So that's what I found out. That sadly, they didn't sign our production company. They took us for a ride. They didn't sign us like as a band, as a
right.
it's a Standells. So that's what they're claiming, and then it's very complicated. I mean, after,
Yeah.
we're supposed to get the masters now because it's time, but they said they claim that they own forever. So
So many bands got ripped off like
it's
that.
mistakes from
A
the
lot of
60s,
bands
you know?
got ripped off like that. A
Yeah,
lot of
Yeah.
bands.
Yeah.
And they lost their music. They don't even own their music, which is crazy.
yeah, unbelievable. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Give me some water here.
So let me ask you, Tony, with this new material you have coming out, is there any chance of you doing a little tour? Maybe when things ease up with COVID?
Yes, I was supposed to go on tour 2 times. It
Yeah.
was canceled. One time
Wow.
was with the this band from the 60s. They were on Riot and Sunset Strip also.
The Chocolate Watch Band?
Chocolate Watch Band.
Chocolate Watch Band, yeah.
And then because of the COVID, it was canceled 2020, you know.
Yeah.
Then
Well, I think things are going to open up again soon. You should
Yeah.
come around.
then another one. But now we're working on we're working on some possibility of a tour in Europe, you know, and you know, with my new band and on my new adventure, you know, because the
I-
Standells disappeared, you know. Dick
Yeah.
passed away, John passed away, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that I'm still like, you know, hanging in there.
Now the new stuff sounds incredible. I mean, you definitely have
Yeah,
it.
you
You
gotta
didn't
hear it.
lose a beat.
The new album is going to be incredible. Those 2 new songs also, you could be amazed. You'll get it soon. But this
Wow.
one, the Barracuda, will be out released already by Friday.
You know, I saw you perform in New York once
Oh, really?
at Cave Stomp.
Oh, Cave Stomp, you were there?
Wow.
Oh,
I
my
was a
God.
regular at all those Cave Stomp shows.
Oh, my God. So lucky.
Yeah.
Did I meet you or no?
We actually shook hands and I said hello and you said hello.
Really?
You know, that was about it.
my
But
God, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
yeah,
That was a great show. I loved it. We sounded great.
I missed those shows. They were really well put together.
Yeah,
And
we did a live album too.
I know.
I worked on that live album.
the album Ban It, right? I think.
I mixed it. I mixed it in my studio
Mhm.
in LA. I fixed a bunch of stuff and I put it
Yeah.
together to send it back to them. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to. That was recorded at the West Beth Theater in the West
that's
Village.
what it
Yeah,
was,
I remember
yeah.
that.
I remember, you know, the Hudson River, and right,
Yep.
right, you could see it right there.
Yeah,
And then I asked some people to take me, please, can you take me to the studio where I can see the towers? Because I've never seen the towers,
yeah.
you know, and luckily I got to see the towers. And then unfortunately now that,
Yeah, well, it's
you know,
been
Yeah,
20 years already
it was
since
just
that
the year
happened.
before. We were there in 2000.
Yeah,
We were there in 2000. And then,
right before.
yeah, like 6 months before, you know.
Okay. So the best place to look for this right now, I know on the 4th of February, which is what, Friday, that's
Yeah.
supposed to be released.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay. We got bigstirrecords.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
Okay, you go to that, and I think you have to sign in, and then you could see you listen to the new version of Barracuda.
Right.
And the way the press release made it sound is, you know, the other stuff will be coming out soon, right?
Yeah, right. And this Barracuda is probably going to be on Spotify and CD Baby, you know, all
Oh,
those,
wow.
all the
Yeah.
sites will be done, you know, so people can download
Is
it.
there any plans on putting out a single, an actual 45?
Well, that's a great question. You know, I don't know. Maybe I can ask the company.
I think, you know, vinyl's come back, you know,
we're doing the vinyl on the album.
on the album. Yeah, even as a single, even if it's a few, you know, a small amount.
Yeah,
I mean,
vinyl
a single
just-
of Barracuda that you're talking about, right?
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Vinyl
Maybe
just
that's a
sold
ability.
out. Vinyl sold out CD and every other kind of brand. Vinyl's making a huge comeback because it just sounds better.
Yeah, it's coming back. Like, as a matter of fact, right now we have the record company told me that we might have to wait about 2 months or so to get the to ever made, because they are back, back orders like crazy. They're working
Wow.
nights and days. These people, they
Wow.
can keep up with the orders because
everybody's buying
yeah.
vinyl. Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny because like my kids have record players, and I laughed.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
I'm like, wow, you're like me, it's crazy how it kind of skipped a generation, but it's back,
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. So Tony, I want to thank you.
Let me show you something.
Sure.
You know what was funny? You know that something American Exchange or whatever, but there was this store that they were selling record players, and I was thinking, who the hell?
People buy them, man.
People are buying them, man.
Yes.
Let me show
What do you got there, Tony?
Can you see that? Hold on.
Oh yeah, the door.
Wow, you play with the doors, huh?
The doors and the Standells. Wow.
And the coasters.
Yeah.
The coasters.
I would have loved to seen that.
Yeah. This one is from the Rolling Stones from Cleveland.
66. Yep.
With the Ronettes. We played
with the Ronettes. Wow.
And I remember talking to her. She was so nice.
Yeah.
I remember because I was on stage and people were throwing things and I got hit on my eye with something. I started bleeding.
Yeah.
And I went backstage and she was helping me. She was so nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
A great singer also.
Yeah, she was. Sad loss.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you, Tony, for coming on. Okay. You've been a fantastic guest. And if you come to New York, you got to look us up. We'll hook you up.
We'll get
anything you need.
We'll get some pizza, New York
pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Rob here Rob's a bartender in the East Village. He's a famous bartender, so
good.
We could definitely hook you up in that way.
You picked us up, right, Rob? All right.
I know how to eat.
That Rossi, Robert Rossi. I know a friend of mine is Rossi, Italian. That's Italian for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting down talking to you. I sound like I'm with some of my parents in the room because you sound like some of my parents.
I told him that earlier. He sounds like some of my relatives.
Yeah, we'll put you in the Godfather Ford, right?
This is the Godfather Ford. This show.
All
right, guys. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really had a ball talking to you guys.
Fantastic.
So we'll see you on the radio.
Definitely. All the best.
And this will be on in a few weeks. You said 3 weeks or so.
But 2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks. I work pretty fast. If I can do it right away, I can do it. But I got some other stuff that I'm working on because I got a lot of. We've been interviewing a lot of guests, so we have a lot of work. So I like to put them like every week.
Wonderful.
I like to put
as soon as you get the time, no problem.
No, but I'm gonna have the time.
Oh, you will. Yeah, don't worry about it. There's time. We always have time.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys soon, and we'll see you in New York probably.
All right, Tony. Thank you.
Tony. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye. Thanks.